Best things to do in Santa Fe in 2026, a local's guide to Santa Fe, New Mexico. If you're planning a trip to Santa Fe, thinking about moving here, or you already live here and want to experience more of what the city has to offer, this video is for you. Because Santa Fe is one of those places that people think they understand until they actually spend time here. Yes, there is art. Yes, there is incredible food. Yes, there are mountains and sunsets and adobe architecture. But Santa Fe also has this really layered, soulful quality that is hard to explain until you experience it yourself. So today, I'm going to walk you through some of the absolute best things to do in Santa Fe in 2026, from iconic experiences to local favorites. And honestly, many of these are things I still love doing myself after living years here. I am Adrienne DeGuere with Sotheby's International Realty here in Santa Fe. I specialize in helping relocation buyers navigate the nuances of this market so they can make smart, confident decisions. If you are new to Santa Fe, you have to start at the Plaza. It is the heart of the city, historically, culturally, and socially. And one of my favorite things to do is honestly just hanging out in the Plaza area, meaning wandering in and out of shops and galleries, seeing what catches my eye. Some of my personal favorites include Keshi, Doodlets, Maya, and Santa Fe Hemp. And honestly, some of the museum gift shops are fantastic. Santa Fe museum gift shops are not average museum gift shops. You can find genuinely beautiful jewelry, textiles, books, art pieces, and gifts there. The Plaza area is also one of the best places to just sit, people watch, and absorb the energy of the city. Experience the Santa Fe Opera. Even if you are not an opera person, hear me out. The Santa Fe Opera is one of the most iconic experiences in the city. First of all, the setting is unbelievable. You are out in the dramatic high desert landscape with huge skies and mountain views. Second, the tailgating culture before performances is almost as famous as the performances themselves. People bring elaborate setups with wine, candles, flowers, full meals, and beautiful table settings. It is part social event, part cultural experience, part sunset viewing party. And honestly, it feels uniquely Santa Fe. See Zozobra. If you are going to be in Santa Fe around Labor Day weekend, Zozobra is something you should experience at least once. Zozobra is a massive marionette known as Old Man Gloom. And every year, the city gathers to burn him as a symbolic release of worries, stress, and negativity. It is weird. It is theatrical. It is deeply Santa Fe. And yes, thousands of people attend every year. Go to the Wine and Chile Fiesta. Santa Fe is an unexpectedly serious food town, and the Wine and Chile Fiesta is one of the best examples of that. You have incredible chefs, wine tastings, cooking demonstrations, and events happening throughout the city. If you love food and wine culture, this is one of the premier annual events in Santa Fe. Visit Rancho de las Golondrinas. If you want a deeper understanding of New Mexico history and culture, Rancho de las Golondrinas is fantastic. It is a living history museum on 200 acres in a rural farming valley just south of town with demonstrations, events, and seasonal festivals. You really get a sense of early Spanish colonial life and how layered the history of the area actually is. And my personal favorite event there is the Harvest Festival. It is an incredibly atmospheric place and feels like stepping back in time. Gallery hop on Canyon Road. We cannot talk about Santa Fe without talking about Canyon Road. This is one of the most famous art districts in the country. There are galleries everywhere: contemporary art, Western art, native art, sculpture, jewelry, textiles. And one of the best ways to experience Canyon Road is simply to wander. Do not overplan it. Pop in where you feel drawn. Some galleries are incredibly high-end and museum quality. Others feel intimate and quirky. And the architecture alone is beautiful. And cross over to the next parallel street to the south, Acequia Madre, and see if the Acequia is running. That is a special experience all by itself. Experience Meow Wolf. Meow Wolf is one of the most unique experiences in Santa Fe. Trying to explain it almost does not work. It is immersive art meets interactive storytelling meets psychedelic dreamscape. You walk through hidden doors, bizarre rooms, glowing installations, and surreal environments. Both adults and kids tend to love it. And this is actually the flagship Meow Wolf installation where the entire phenomenon started. It put Santa Fe on the radar for a younger creative audience in a big way. Visit the museums. Santa Fe has an incredible museum scene for a city of this size. A few highlights include the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, Museum Hill, the Museum of International Folk Art, the New Mexico History Museum, Site Santa Fe. And again, do not skip the gift shops. I'm serious about that. Visit the Cathedral, Basilica, and Loretto Chapel. These are two of the city's most iconic historic sites. The Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi is stunning architecturally and deeply connected to Santa Fe's history. And Loretto Chapel is famous for its miraculous staircase, which has fascinated visitors for generations. Even people who are not religious often find these spaces beautiful and moving. Spend time in the Santa Fe Railyard district. The Railyard has become one of the most vibrant areas of the city. Restaurants, coffee shops, art spaces, events. And the Santa Fe Farmers Market is absolutely worth experiencing, especially on a Saturday morning. It is one of the best times to experience local culture and community all in one place. Hike the Dale Ball Trail System. One of the best things about Santa Fe is how accessible nature is. The Dale Ball Trail System gives you miles and miles of hiking and trail running opportunities right near town. You can finish breakfast and be on a trail within minutes. And the views are beautiful. Go to the Cross of the Martyrs at sunset. If you want one of the best views in town with relatively little effort, head to the Cross of the Martyrs, especially around sunset. You get panoramic views over Santa Fe and the surrounding mountains. And the sunsets here can be unbelievable. Experience Indian Market. Santa Fe Indian Market is one of the largest and most prestigious native art markets in the world. Artists come from all over. The city becomes electric during this event. Collectors, galleries, fashion, jewelry, pottery, textiles, incredible creativity everywhere. Even if you are not planning to buy anything, it is worth experiencing. Spanish Market and International Folk Art Market. Spanish Market is another incredible cultural event focused on Hispanic art traditions. And the International Folk Art Market brings artists from around the world to Santa Fe. Both events reinforce something important about Santa Fe. This city is deeply connected to art and culture at an international level. Drive up Hyde Park Road to the ski basin. Even if you are not a skier, this drive is beautiful. You go from high desert landscape into mountain forest surprisingly quickly. And while you are up there, stop by 10,000 Waves. This Japanese-inspired spa resort tucked into the mountains is one of Santa Fe's most beloved experiences, especially in winter. Eat New Mexican food and soapapillas. You cannot come to Santa Fe without eating New Mexican food. And yes, there is a difference between New Mexican food and Mexican food. A few iconic places to try soapapillas include La Choza, The Shed, Tomasitas, Cafe Castro. Here's a tip. Try a sopapilla with honey. You'll see a squeeze bottle of honey already on your table. And yes, you should absolutely ask yourself red chili or green chili, because locals definitely have opinions. My choice, Christmas, which means both red and green chili. Try our artisanal chocolate at Kakawa. Kakawa is one of the most unique chocolate shops you will probably ever visit. They specialize in historic drinking chocolates inspired by ancient and colonial recipes. They also offer truffles, caramels, homemade ice cream, and more. And yes, it is worth the line. There are also multiple Kakawa locations, which means it is a little easier to work into your Santa Fe explorations. Have a margarita. Listen, you're in Santa Fe. You need to have at least one margarita. Actually, several. Margaritas are basically part of the local culture at this point, and nearly every restaurant has their own variation. Take a cooking class. One of the most fun ways to immerse yourself in Santa Fe culture is through food. There are fantastic cooking schools and classes here focused on New Mexican cuisine. A couple of the best known options are Las Cosas and the Santa Fe School of Cooking. And learning how to actually cook with red and green chili is something many visitors end up loving. The truth is, Santa Fe is not just a checklist of things to do. It is a feeling. It is slower, more intentional, creative, beautiful, a little quirky. and for a lot of people, deeply addictive once they experience it. If you are thinking about visiting or moving to Santa Fe and want help understanding neighborhoods, lifestyle, or the real estate market here, I would love to connect with you. And if this video was helpful, like and subscribe so you can continue learning what living in Santa Fe is really like. I'll see you in the next one.